Laced Up Nation, what's really, really good? Dope. Wesley, what's up, bro? We're back at it with the top 5 best players of all time position rankings. Boy, Jon Dale's back in the building. We just did the point guard edition. Now we're moving on to shooting guard. Wesley, are you excited for anything here? Shooting guard versus point guard?
Yeah, I'm excited to see how you guys choose to position certain players that are really dynamic and play multiple positions.
Does Bugs Bunny count as a shooting guard, or what does he count?
No, Bugs Bunny was a small forward. Lola was playing shooting guard. Lola was out there.
No, who was point then? Who was point? Mike was point?
Michael at the one. They had Bill Murray at the one. And they had Tweety Bird at the one.
Hey, have y'all ever noticed how they didn't give my boy Speedy Gonzalez any tick? But he has a uniform and he's on the bench.
Really?
He has a uniform, he's on the bench, he's in the locker room taking the secret stuff, but he gets no court time.
So what you're saying is, they were looking down the bench and decided to play that bad fuck that got blown up instead of Speedy Gonzalez. Wow.
But it's confusing because you know when they're all like hurt and decimated? He's hurt. Anyway. But they're in.
In the first half, when the scoreboard is like starting to spin and the non-stars score like 1,000 in a row, like he must have just been in there getting hurt.
Yeah.
Over and over and over. Like.
He is really small, so like I get anyway, so. Alright then, y'all. Let's get to these real lists. So before we do the real list, though, I want to just talk about your favorite player, favorite shooting guard, real quick. Jon Dale, who is it? All time. Doesn't have to be the best one, whatever. Just for your favorite one.
That's tough because shooting guards, like growing up, shooting guards were like the spot. Like that's the dude that like kind of took over and was the scorer, the person that would get it in crunch time.
And there were so many to pick from like our age, like when we were kids.
Yeah, there's a lot. So I think I'm gonna go with Vince Carter.
Woo!
Just because
solid pick.
Watching him dunk, especially like the first time that I was ever like surprised by a dunk was the like Team USA. I think it was 2000 where he goes up over the top of Frederick Weiss and like just dunks over him. I was just like, the fact that a human can do that like is insane to me because like you see crazy dunks all the time and like some of them start to get to the point where you're like oh, I'm kind of expecting this to be like awesome. That was one like in game, like middle of it, just what? Fell in love with him, and I think that like just as a professional. Everybody's been at, everybody likes him. He's great, like, never had any problems with anything. Like, I just think, like, couldn't respect the player more than DC. Half man, half amazing.
Shout out to Frederick Weiss for being, like, known just for that moment. And then also, you guys remember, like, right after that, he almost knocked out KG? Because he threw his arm, like, in celebration, and he almost knocked out KG. Anyway, so my favorite player... My boy AI, it's between like him and Kobe, honestly, and MJ. But like,
I'm glad that I left him off PG so that we couldn't get into it on this of why I left him on my list.
Okay, yeah. So I'm not gonna say too much right now because I might be hinting that he might be on my list later or not. But anyway, so my favorite player AI. But let's get into this list, and just a reminder, this is who we think are the best players, not our favorites, not like greatest, most social impact, nothing like that, just best player, all hoops, all day, all night. So I'm gonna go with my list. I'm gonna start with 5 again, go up to 1. 5, got my boy AI. 4, I got James Harden. 3, I got Wade. 2, I got Cole. And number 1, I got yours truly right there. Not yours truly, but the dude you're wearing right there, MJ. So go ahead. Hit me with your list.
So this one's going to be a lot less contentious, I think, than point guard.
Okay.
Number 5, as I mentioned before, I didn't put AI as a shooting guard. I had him as a point guard. He didn't make my list, so you can yell at me about that later on if you want. But,
whatever.
I put T-Mac, but it was a tough choice. There was kind of like a big group of like next tier guys after 4.
Yep.
And then 4 I had Wade. 3 I had James Harden. 2 I had RIP Mamba. And number 1 I had the GOAT, pre-GOAT is MJ, Michael Jordan.
So, okay.
That basketball world fell in love with.
So, okay. Like you said, our lists are pretty much the same, except you didn't even have AI because you had him as point guard. Whatever. I'm not going to contend on that. That's fine. Just quickly, though. Harden and Wade. So me and you got them flipped. I got Wade 3, you got Harden 3. Yeah. And I don't want to spend too much time on because I actually want to go to the guys we didn't list because I think that's actually like more interesting. But Harden and Wade, is it just like you're just looking at like his offensive skill, or like what is it with you that's giving him the nod over Wade?
Wade at his absolute peak was what he scored like 30 a game, 31 a game, I think.
Yep.
He had. I might be off on that by just a touch.
I'll let you know in a second.
Yeah, you let me know. But you got
30.2 was his best.
30.2, yeah, so like 30 a game. And I think he only had that for like a year. And then obviously you got to incorporate the fact that like LeBron came and he took like not a backseat, but like 32nd banana rather than like the guy who like James Harden almost went the opposite way. Like he started as like third banana, like kind of like 6-man rule. Then he got his own team and like blossomed into this like freak. So like they kind of got like backwards careers.
Yeah.
I just think that at their very best offensively, it's like no debate. Harden is just like scores more, just as efficiently as Wade scored his. Yeah. Like close, you know.
A little bit more, I think.
Yeah. So then he's got more assists. At times he got more rebounds. I don't think he's a better rebounder. I think actually Wade was the better rebounder. And I think Wade was one of the best shot blocking guards that we've ever seen.
Yep.
But I think that doesn't necessarily mean he's been one of the best defensive guards that we've ever seen.
Yep.
I think he's a solid defender, but I think that always gets overrated on the fact that like you see him with a ton of important blocks. So it's like that's not insignificant, but I think the difference between where they're at defensively, I don't see Wade as being like a two-way stud in the mold of Kobe. Like Kobe was a legitimate like top 1 or 2 or 5 for a longer period of time, like wing defender. Wade was never on that like level. He was getting steals, getting turnovers, blocking shots, but wasn't necessarily like a stalwart on the defensive end. He was getting hit on the opponent's players. Like he wasn't guarding the best perimeter player all the time.
Fair.
Harden started his career and was kind of like became a meme of can't defend. But over the past like 4 years, it's been like a while since he's actually been a liability. And he's still not great, but he's like league average and above. And the Rockets have been good defensively with him. And I'm like, that type of improvement has brought him closer defensively to Wade than Wade is to him offensively. But again, it's close.
For me, it comes down to like, okay, if we're just talking about strictly offense, there's not really a comparison. I think Harden is just better. He just can score more ways and more efficiently. But to me, defensively, that's where I do like, how you're saying like it's pretty close. I think it might be closer than people think, but I still give Wade the clear advantage. But for me, when I'm talking about two players who I think are really close, you gotta like start nitpicking that thing. And when you look at James Harden in the playoffs, and when you look at Wade in the playoffs, even before LeBron, right? Even before Shaq in that 1 year when he had Lamar Odom, he was a rookie, and I remember who they pushed to like game 6, game 7 in the first round or whatever. I just feel like Wade has always consistently been super clutch in the playoffs, And Harden, I haven't always seen that. Like, yes, he's had big games in the playoffs.
No, so like I'm with you on that. Actually, like you're kind of like convincing me a little bit because I don't disagree. Like Wade showed up in the playoffs always, right?
Yeah.
And we've seen James Harden not be, terrific in the playoffs. He's had a couple of bad ones, especially when he was like the main guy.
Yeah.
I mean, when he was in OKC,
he was balling in that final. He was balling in that finals.
And he balled against Golden State one of those years when they lost. And it's like, sometimes, like maybe it's just recency bias and the fact that I'm like, Golden State was such a juggernaut.
Mm-hmm.
They were so dominant that like losing to them in that 7-game series, like to me, that's not like them playing bad. Like it's not him getting to the finals like the Heat did, but it's not like a disappointing effort. It's like you were the clear second best team in the league for a year. You didn't quite beat what I would consider a better team than the Miami Heat ever had to play. So I would just say like that's where I ended up falling on it. But I think that you're kind of right. Like I don't think anyone's ever gonna be like. I think it's close. If you want to say Wade, like I'm cool with it.
Okay, so like it's really like splitting hairs at that point. So I actually, when I was looking at this list, I thought it was really interesting with all the guys that I left off my list. I thought it was really because I think like those 5 for me, Iverson I'm considering a shooting guard, but you T-Mac, those 4, let's say Harden, Wade, Kobe, and MJ. I think that's there's like a clear line, and right, and so after that though, like how did you like think about like Drexler, Gervin, and then like bring in like the guys that we just mentioned, like T-Mac. You had them up there, so I'm not going to talk about like Vince Carter, Reggie Miller, right? Who else? Even a Manu Ginobili, Ray Allen, I
was like Ray Allen, Manu, we're all in mine. Yeah.
So like I don't know how to like rank all those guys. I've always been like really a guy who didn't really. I'm not high on Drexler, bro. Like I felt like yes, he was really good. And yes, he suffered because he played against Michael Jordan at the city. He was probably like the second best shooting guard at the time, and it just happened to be Michael Jordan. But I don't know. I just don't see it like the same. Because Ray Allen, I felt like Ray Allen at the beginning when he was on the Bucks was nasty. I felt like Vince Carter was nasty. I felt like McGrady and my kids nasty, and even Reggie Miller. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to like rank all those guys. I'm just wondering like how you even thought about all those guys. Like.
So, to me, it was just like T-Mac. The reason that I put T-Mac above the rest of them is just he had like a 4 or 5 year peak, I think it was. Like 4 or 5 years where like he was the best shooting guard in the league next to Kobe. Yeah. And like there was times during that period where I probably would have argued that he was better than Kobe at the time. Yeah. Kobe, like, and that's not 100% a fair comparison, but when Kobe lost Shaq, that was right when, like, Yao and McGrady were kind of, like, taking over, and the Rockets were, like, playing better. Lakers started to miss the playoffs. I'm like, okay, so this guy is scoring 30 points a game on a team that's going deep in the playoffs. I mean, not deep, because obviously the Rockets had their failures, but, like, the guy's making the playoffs, going to the next round, and you see Kobe not even making the playoffs. I'm like, at the time, you could make an argument that, like, T-Mac was the best. Yeah. And I think for Drexler, there was never the opportunity that he was the best in the league. Like, I guess when MJ retired, so maybe that's still not... maybe I'm just discounting those people unfairly, but I'm like, that's why I'm discounting them, is like, Drexler never surpassed and like had an argument as being better than Jordan. And when he
won those 2 championships with the Rockets, but like he wasn't the man anymore on those teams. It was Hakeem.
Hakeem was clearly better than him.
Yeah.
Right? And I just think like I don't know, he was right there, and then you have Ray Allen, who was like a prime like shooter. He was like elite shooter, probably like before Curry, the best. But he like never really led a team as that like primary guy both ways. And never had the like heights that T-Mac did. So
what about the early days in Milwaukee and Seattle and stuff like that?
Yeah, he was their best player, but that was still like he had a good
they only
team
made
around him,
they
Glenn Robinson,
they
and
only
worked good.
they only made it to the second round.
Yeah.
So
So I just think that like T-Mac in his best years was like hit that like flashing like shooting star better than anybody else. And when it comes down to a group that's really similar, I tend to pick the person that like had the best peak rather than the person that like has the best like cumulative numbers.
I think T-Mac for sure out of all those guys is clearly the best.
76.
Yeah, he's my six. But I thought it was really interesting to think about Manu. Okay, because Manu and a lot of the guys on the Spurs, because like, you know, the way they play, they don't have the same like points per game, assists per game. They don't have all that, right? But when you talk about Manu, you have to when I think about it, you got to think about him like in the playoffs, in big moments. He was always coming through, and he, you know, like he's coming off the bench, and I don't know, like I just felt like he had, maybe not defensively, but I feel like he had every other skill that any other like guy on this list has.
I love Manu.
Yeah.
But Manu, the only reason that I couldn't like include him in that was everything that you can say about Manu, you can say about Ray Allen, and I think Ray Allen is just like a little bit better.
Okay.
Right? Like,
yeah.
I think, how many titles does Manu have? 4? Or does he have 5? Like, to me?
No,
4, right?
No, 4. Yeah.
4? And Ray's got 3?
Yeah.
So,
would you trade? I mean, I feel like Manu's ability to finish at the rim would maybe.
But Ray Allen before, you gotta think about that. Before Ray Allen was poking on people on the Bucks and on Seattle.
So like I kind of like, to me it's similar to the T-Mac thing. Like T-Mac was just like had a higher peak than Ray did. I think Ray had like a little bit higher peak than Manu, but like I think they're all like worthy of that top 10 conversation.
Reggie Miller's there too, man. I it's crazy, bro. I think like
I feel like we might be disrespecting Reggie by not giving him 5 right now.
I don't know, man, because like I just don't feel like other than scoring, was he really doing it? Was he really doing it at that level? Was he really defending?
But he was guarding MJ. He was guarding their best players.
But was he okay? But like I know he was, but like I don't know. Like
I'm gonna plug another podcast real quick. Bill Simmons and Shea Serrano had a whole episode arguing about if Reggie Miller was even like a superstar. And there's people who think that Reggie Miller's really overrated, and there's people who think he's really underrated, so I'm going to plug in the podcast real quick.
See, I think like he's in the same vein as both Manu and Ray Allen, like, but he played with good players pretty much his entire career. And like he was like the number one guy for all of those years, but it wasn't like by so much. So I can see where that like argument comes from, but to me he's in that same vein. Like we're talking top 10 shooting guard, like I think, but it's all like all of those. That water's a bit muddy right there. I think like after this top 4, I'm like
it's tough.
Put the rest of the group and say you guys can all claim 5.
Well, for me, it's after the top 5.
Because AI.
No, because I'm serious though. Like, because I think AI, but like for me, it's like T-Mac. It's like the top 6. It's like the top 6. After that, there's like a layoff. But that's why I just wanted to bring it up because I thought it was so murky. It's so like, oh man, after those top 5, 6 players, it's so close between everybody, and I just thought it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Wesley, who do you want to bring up? Oh, Jesus Shuttleworth.
Yeah. I got 2 from He Got Game so far. That's my last He Got Game though.
He should have been in our top 5, huh?
He should have been not Ray Allen.
No, I know, I get it. You think he's like better than Michael or like better than Cole? Better than Cole or what?
He Got Game 2, and then we can find out how his career panned out.
I mean, well, no, wait. He's definitely better than like Michael Jordan. But he's not better than Space Jam Michael Jordan.
That's true.
Who's far and away the best shooting guard of all time. MJ is the best player of all time.
You reach it with that arm, bro.
His name's Jesus. I don't know.
I thought it was funny how you remember when the players could wear their nicknames on the back,
Yeah.
and he just put Jesus Shuttlesworth. I got things was Jesus. Oh snap, bro. Okay.
Best shooting guards, y'all. We are gonna hop right into the small forward segment next, ranking the top 5 there. So be sure you guys, keep an eye on your social media to see when we're dropping that one. It'll be out real soon. Thanks for tuning in. Be easy.
Shout out Laced Up Nation.
Shout out Laced Up Nation. Shout out Pete. Shout out everybody that loves us. Be easy, yo.